Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do another magazine flip through because I am having a blast going through these and I'm just pre-recording them. And it's so fun to just sit here and just go through a magazine that I enjoy looking at with others that I know enjoy it too. So like if it's just me at home and I'm like, ooh honey, look at this, he's like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's like I want to look through a magazine with someone and be like, look at this, and the person that I show goes, holy cow, you know, and knows the beauty of what I'm showing. You know what I mean? Like, I sound like a dork. Anyway, so get you something to drink, get something to snack on, get a crochet project, whatever you want to, and sit down and let's go through this. Or you just watch me go through this. So today is, I got my glasses. Today's magazine is Annie's Crochet Newsletter, September-October 1998. And the front of this little magazine newsletter is very pretty. Very, very pretty. Look at that. Not only the colors, but the geometry that's in that. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of work. And to look, oh, there is a filet crochet project. There's all kinds of stuff. Whoever would have thought of crocheting something around your clock, your wall clock. Sorry. Okay, I'm getting off topic just going through this because, man, this has got some pretty stuff in it. Okay, so Southwest Sensations. Scenes of the Southwest will fill your home when you crochet these bold geometric projects. Their Native American stylings are a decorator's dream come true. Southwest pillows. I would say my favorite is probably the center one. I really like that center one. The round one. Which one is your guys' favorite? This one, every time I look at it, I see an eye, like a cat eye, right there in the center. Sorry if I'm making you see it, but that's what I see, and I'm like, nah, a little. I love that center one. Okay, so we have. I always like to see if there's a write-up about it or about the person that designed it. I don't see anything. Sorry, man, dang it. Come on. There's not one. That's all right. Well, here is an Afghan that is very adorable. Home Sweet Home. Nothing says home quite like the elegant extras in this section. The Filet Runner, Lacy Lampshade, and Autumnal Afghan are heirloom quality. You'll think that you're back at Grandma's house. Look at this Afghan. I love the strip of the leaves in the center. That is so adorable. That is very pretty. See if there's a write-up for this one. Really? Are they not doing any? I don't know why there's not a single one. Maybe they're on a different spot. I don't know. Okay, so this is God Bless Our Home Filet. I think it's a table runner. It just says filet. It doesn't say anything other than that. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love the dove. Hide the pattern. Makes me want an apple. Okay, here's a delicate lampshade. This is really cute. It makes me want to crochet something for a lampshade, but the only lampshades I have, okay, so one of my passions along with crochet is old lamps. So I mean, like, I'll take a picture and insert right here in the video. Those are the type of lamps I love to find at antique stores. So I think they're from like 60s, 70s maybe? I'm not 100% sure. But man, that the green one, that is my first one, and I love that one. And I actually, by myself, I sat down and I rewired that to make it work because it wouldn't work. And I was like, I can do this. I can do this. It's not that hard. And I did it, and it works. Granted, it's kind of wobbly because it's wobbly because I forgot to put the wire through the hole on the base, the little metal base, whenever I rewired it, and it was such a pain in the butt that by the time I got it done, I was just like, I don't care. It's fine. It looks great. So it's a little wobbly because it sits on the wire. Anyway, but yeah, I'd like to have just a little simple lamp like that. Just like a little desk lamp or something to crochet a lampshade on. That is cute. Oh, I found one. This is a write-up for the delicate lampshade. And it says, retired teacher and full-time crafter Wilma Bonner enjoys seeing what she visualizes take shape as the lovely and lacy projects for which she's so well known. She lives in her native Louisiana with her husband of 24 years, Walter. This is very pretty. I need this in my kitchen. I have one window in my kitchen, and when you stand at the sink to do the dishes, you look out that window, and it's a two pane window, so it's got the top and the bottom. I want something like this. It says a rose is a rose. Rose blossoms abound in this one-of-a-kind tribute to everyone's favorite flower. The curtain, clock, and tablecloth designs make up a bouquet of blooming beauties that are as special as the real thing. So this is called the Irish Rose Cafe Curtain. Look at that. Can you see right there? That's a perfect one that you can see. It's, hold on just a second. In my mind, I'm thinking that's called a curtain and a valance, right? Yeah, there it is. So that's the valance, right? And that's a curtain? Or, yeah, right? I think so. I would really, really like to make that. Okay. The next project... That's a long... Oh, here's the write-up for the designer of that. Designer Donna Jones brings us another of her delicate crochet treasures with the elegant Irish Rose Cafe curtain in this issue. This mother of 6 and grandmother of 12 makes her home with her husband Rob in East Texas, where she works as a pattern editor for Annie's Attic. Although Donna spends her days involved with other designers' patterns, her free time is spent creating her own masterpieces in a variety of craft techniques. I'd say that was a masterpiece. Look at this! Irish Forest Wall Clock. I want something like that. Like, holy cow. That would be something to decorate your yarn room with. Man, what's it made out of? Oh, crochet thread. Styrofoam circles? I wonder if that's like the styrofoam circles for wreaths that you see a lot of people use for wreaths. plastic food wrap. Oh, that's probably for blocking it. I have an itch on my leg, sorry. We went to over by St. Louis. There's a spot. Oh, it's outside of Alton. Oh, I cannot remember the name of it. But it's it's right where the Mississippi and the Missouri River meet, and it is the coolest thing to see because the Mississippi is such a big river, right? And its nickname's the Big Muddy, right? So you would think to see where the Mississippi and the Missouri River connect, you would think, you know, just by standing there, what you see. So if I'm, you know, standing on, it's a peak that you walk to, you know, you walk and you stand here, and here's the Mississippi, and here's the Missouri. Where they connect, it's amazing because you can see the difference in the rivers when they connect. And it's funny because the Mississippi side, at least when we were there, the Mississippi side is a clearer river, and it doesn't move as fast as the Missouri was. The Missouri was a muddy river full of, you know, debris coming down it, and it was so much faster than the Mississippi was. So it was just like, it's cool to see. Point of me saying that was I got bug bit. So I've got a mosquito bite on my foot that keeps itching, or my heel that keeps itching. Anyway, I want to come up with something for that, because that, not like that, but that is really pretty. My mind is running. Okay, the write-up for this one says, I love working with thread, says veteran crochet designer Colleen Sullivan of Ontario. This mother of two has had her elegant creations published by many different companies, including several by Annie's Attic. Her latest offering, the Irish Forest Wall Clock, is truly an amazing combination of the beauty of thread and the ease of yarn. Oh, it's thread and yarn. I don't see yarn. Including her latest truly amazing combination of beauty of thread and the ease of yarn working together in perfect harmony. But there's no yarn. It literally says crochet thread. And then it goes on to styrofoam circles, clock. Green felt, pearls, fabric stiffener. There's no yarn. We're looking forward to publishing many more of Colleen's designs in the future. Ooh, look at this. This is the Rose Banquet Tablecloth. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I wonder how many motifs you have to make. 82. That's a lot. I hope there's a write-up for her, because I want to know. That's it. That was it. Like, it just abruptly stopped. There was no questions. Aw, well, that was kind of probably because there are so many big patterns in this one. I want to go through here just one more time, because that's annoying that they didn't do a write-up for the person that designed the cover. I just want to make sure I'm not missing it, because she deserves to be, for her little write-up to be read. No. Are they all done by someone different? Well, come on. It's all by one person. Her name is Melinda Pruitt. Melinda Pruitt. Melinda Pruitt. Well, that's not fun. Oh, found it. Although she loves to crochet a variety of projects, Melinda Pruitt's first love is the look and styles of the Southwest. We're happy to share her designs with you in this entire section devoted to Southwest sensations. Her pillows, rug, and afghan would be an anything but ordinary gift for that special someone. I do not remember seeing... Did I not show this? I don't think I did. Did I show this? There's the afghan. I don't think I did. Maybe I skipped it. Sorry. That's pretty. And then there's the rug. I gotta remember to stop showing the pattern. Okay. And then look. Okay, now that's it. Like, it literally just stops. Like, there's nothing at the end, no ads, no nothing. This one was a very good one. There's a lot of ideas I wish I could come up with. All right, well, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.